Suhail here. Let's do some walking wisdom. So today I want to tell you why keyboard shortcuts in Excel are good for your job, but they're bad for your career. Let me repeat that again. Keyboard shortcuts are good for your job, but bad for your career. Now, what do I mean by this? You have a certain workflow. You come in, you do some reporting, you do some analysis, you do some work. You need to do a lot of copying and pasting, and keyboard shortcuts can speed that up. They can really speed that up, and there's all kinds of different keyboard shortcuts. There's hundreds of keyboard shortcuts, and they can speed things up for you. But what I persistently see in professionals is that by speeding up their work with keyboard shortcuts, they're satisfied. It satisfies them because they think, oh, I can get through this in half the time. The problem is that you'll find yourself year after year after year just doing the same thing, and you're doing it in half the time. Well, how about thinking a little bit bigger? How about thinking of doing it in a fraction of the time? So I never really bothered too much with keyboard shortcuts. I focused my attention on automation. And when I got my skills around VBA and macros, I wasn't able to save half the time. I was able to save 99% of the time. I was able to save huge amounts. Something that would take me an hour would get done in about 10 seconds. Really what happens, it blinkers professionals. It blinkers a lot of professionals because I think there's a false economy there. You're thinking, oh, I'm getting things done quickly because I've got keyboard shortcuts. But actually, in the grand scheme of things, you're not. If you took a step back and sure, you use the keyboard shortcuts, but what you really want to do is to learn some VBA and Excel skills, advanced skills. You want to learn how to use macros. You want to learn how to do VBA scripting, and those things are going to automate your processes. Those are going to boil your work down to one click, and you're going to be saving hours upon hours. I mean, there are situations I've worked in on projects where I've managed to save up to a week, a month just through automation. No amount of keyboard shortcuts are going to save that much labor. And the idea is that what they do is that they remove the mechanical work, whereas keyboard shortcuts just make you better at being a manual laborer. You're just faster. You've just got bigger muscles. You're like, imagine you're shoveling coal or you're digging up ground. You're just better at doing that. But you don't want to be that. You want to be the site manager. You want to be the foreman. You want to be the person who's directing 100 or so workers and laborers and so forth. So look beyond keyboard shortcuts. The big win is in VBA. It's in the ability to automate your work. So I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.